Hey, so real quick here, if you only want to watch 10 seconds and see 20 people die, you can do that. We're going to go into why it happened and how. But here it is, three, two, one, bada bing, bada boom. Buy hardcore status. So this is a story that we've seen before on Cthulhu, but this one was especially wild, and I just want to talk about it more. So Ripperino there, I guess we could show the reaction as far as definitely was disappointed about it happening. He's sad. Yeah, it happens. So yeah, what happened? What the heck happened? Well, pretty easy to see here. Someone got hit out of underneath being in the stomach, and when they got hit out, they got hit way over in the corner here. So 1 out of 40 chance that the I-beam spawns on this person, and the timing was just so unfortunate. Like that's really tough. I honestly like what do you do in that scenario? The only thing I think of is as a raid here, you need to be a lot more spread out and use the whole area of this room. Having everyone so stacked together like this is a death sentence. You need to be spread, but not too spread. But again, just ready for every other time. The first time it's like the claw tentacle that Amelie needs to tank. The second time it's that beam. So yeah, here you see that person get knocked away into that far corner, and then three, two, one, beamed. A little hard to tell exactly some of the details with this because I think it's in Spanish. Um, but yeah, some things to note here as far as it fascinates me how this mage is using what I believe is a frost potion, right? Or like frost damage increase, I should say. So we click on buffs. We're going to go to tables and then frost power. I'm not sure why this mage has frost power when he's a fire mage. I'm not sure why he doesn't have his boon out. Well, actually, I do know why he's not world buffed because he's a streamer. So right here, they make the call to all unboon when they get at this point right here, and he's just too distracted by chat. So he's talking to his chat, and you see everyone unboons right here, and he's just not on that same page. So that's a story that we've seen before as well. But yeah, so everyone unboons right here. The raid leader makes the call. Everyone's unbooning, and he does not. And I think he's the loot master. I see the loot indication there, so I'm not sure if all the loot from this raid was lost. It looked like it took them about an hour to set up for this Cthulhu kill. So they practice positioning, they practice movement when it's time for the dark glare. Lots of build up to an unfortunate result. And it looks like that he's connected to the guild bank as well. He's like giving items to the guild here to go distribute and get more consumables. Um, so yeah, lots lost on this attempt. Before this went wrong though, like I don't think this raid was ready for Cthulhu. If you start looking at some of the logs of this kill, oh man, it makes me feel like I really need to do more educational videos. I know I say that all the time, but let's just watch some of the gameplay now and enjoy. First challenge here is as a mage, being able to hit the boss. I'm not sure better ways for range indicators. Feel free to give some advice, but I just see really clearly throughout this fight that he is struggling with positioning. And maybe that's why he has the health indicators so he can like clearly see how people are close to him or not. It's weird to me how it doesn't show the bar being full. It all shows their bars at like 30%. When I first saw this, I thought that everyone was at 30% health, and I was like, what the heck is going on? Anyways, so yeah, just generally struggling with making sure within position and that kind of stuff. Does a good job killing the little tentacles, so I definitely will give credit here. But how does this first person die? 100% avoidable. They just got beamed by dark glare. So in that scenario, I think you just really have to be ready to um, Petri. But let's look at the replay here and see when that happens. Where were they positioned? Yeah, I mean, they just didn't look. It's a case of Indiana Jones where you see the boulder coming at you and you just don't move out of the way, right? You see that eye pointed right at you and you don't move, goodbye. But at least they're casting spells. So, like, before it happened to them, they were trying to heal people, so I'll give them credit for that. But I don't understand this next paladin that dies over here. If you watch, like, throughout the kill, they do nothing. They're just, like, walking around and then they go in the corner over here and die. And let's just look at their casts. So we're going to go to Analyze, Casts, and we're going to find the name of that person. They only cast twice. They cast a Seal of Crusader on the boss, and then they healed themselves once and died. So I don't know if this was someone that was like multi-boxing, um, had a lot of buffs, but also not a ton of buffs. Interesting to see that. So they did have shadow protection pre-popped. It ran out while they were getting beamed by those little eyes and then died from just 3 stacks of the little eyes. If we click on damage taken, we can see here how they just got mindfully down over a course of 10 seconds. So it's really important you kill those little ads. Dying over 10 seconds like that is incredible to me. It was one single eye tentacle that just was never taken care of. So pretty tragic there. And then a third person dies from unfortunate melee stack. So after the dark glare ends here, they have to get back in their proper spots, and that doesn't happen. The melee are too stacked and bunched together, and some guy just gets straight up one-shot beamed. So that's probably, like, again, a little hard for me to know who's in the right and wrong spot there, but I'll just say that from a melee perspective, a lot of times you just get screwed over by other people not being in the right spot. So, anyways, it is what it is, but just had to quickly talk about. Um, I just don't think this raid was ready, straight up. At the same time, this is just a really unfortunate circumstance, and I think the lesson learned is just general, more spread out, and having some mages be close in the middle here. If that does happen, they can be ready to instantly blink and counterspell if it did happen to be in the back. So mages need to be a little bit more on the ball. And anyways, to the next one, guys, I just think this is quite a wild, hardcore wipe. So GG's.